been a long day, man. I'm here in the port. I'm waiting to back in. It's almost my time. Got truck beside me backing in, but there was another one over on this side. It was his turn, but this one thought it was his turn. But this load right here, went to the customer, pick it up, took them about, look like they're having some problem with the product, so it took them a long time to load the first truck. And once they get the first truck loaded, you gotta come around, take some off. Then the second truck get loaded. I don't know what happened with that second truck. Then after that, well, it's a long time. I'm after him. I don't know who after me. I don't know who after me. I know I'm after him. Okay.
Okay, so I need to find out who the hell I don't know. I just thought I can't get one here.
Alright. Yeah, when you're here, man, you gotta know what's your position to back in. Because sometimes you'll be sitting here waiting to back in. You think you're next, and somebody else come and back in. So what I always do is, when I get here, because the way it's set up, everybody just park in line. When I get here, I always go ask who the last person. And once I find out who the last person is, I just go in my truck and wait. Sometimes some people come and they don't ask who's the last person because maybe they see the truck that pull in before them, so they know who they're behind. But the other person that come, they might go ask the truck that you think that they might go ask if I'm the last person that come in and then a truck come in after me, but I didn't go ask the guy that pulled in before me if he was the last person. Now, he didn't see when I pull in. So the person that come after me might go over to him and ask him who the last person, and he said he the last person. But he didn't notice that I had pulled in after him. So now, they skip me. So that's why I always go make contact with whoever the last person is. That way they could know that I came in after them. So that's, but this port thing, man, you gotta pay attention to your position in line. You'll get skipped, and once that person go back in, you just gotta wait until you go back in again. And sometimes you get skipped, and when you found out that you get skipped, the other person won't let you go in front of them, because they say they've been here waiting for so long, and they don't even believe you was here before them. So to avoid all the confusion, man, I just make sure I go make contact with whoever the last person is, so they know that I'm behind them. And this stack, they're only using 4 lanes, so it's moving a little slower than it really supposed to. It's finally my time for them to take the box off. It's a long way from here. I have 2 more loads I have to deliver today, and it don't look like I'm gonna make it. So what I might end up doing is deliver 1. I have to go switch my chassis and come back, pull 1 out, go deliver that, and then deliver the other one first thing tomorrow morning. If not, I'll pull 1 out, go park it, and come back and get the other one, and then I'll deliver both of them after that. But at that time, the customer probably off for the day, so I'll just bring them the paperwork tomorrow. I'll bring all the paperwork to them. Well, the port been crazy lately, man. A whole lot of us here waiting to back in. So we're just here waiting to back in. I think I'm about number 7 or something close to that. It's gonna be a while before I back in. I'm the last one. So far, from me asking them when I came, I was the last one. So them trying to figure out where they fall at in line. But I'm the last one to I'm the last one in the line. Some people try and figure out what the position at in the line. But this how it be, man. When the port busy, this how it be. It's hard to get a lot done in one day. It's hard to get about, say, three inside the port in one day. And if you're not paying attention, there'll be people that come after you and jump in front of you, and then you're going to get pushed back. Everybody else that was behind you, they're not going to want you to go in front of them because you already let somebody take your place. So you got to pay attention to what's going on. Sometimes you got to be aggressive. If you want to make it out here, man, you can't just sit around and let them jump in front of you. So you're going to spend too much time in the port. If you're trying to get out, come back in a few times for the day. So the same thing I was saying, man, they just came over here. There's one guy that came after me. He just came. We've been here for a while. He just came. The truck that came before me, he thought that guy was the last truck. So they told him, nah, that guy not the last truck. I'm the last truck. Okay, he thought he was gonna go before me. You gotta pay attention, man. And that's why I try to, whenever I come, I go ask who the last guy, and I also try to find out who is before him. I try to find out who is before him. That way, once the person before him back in, I know it's going to be his turn, and then after that, it's going to be my turn. And some of these guys are fierce. Some of them, they make sure the thing running right, but you got some of them that come and they know it's not their time to back in, and they still want to jump ahead of everybody like their container is more important than the rest of us. But this is the port life, man. When you get busy, it's hard to get a lot of turns in the port for the day. What I try to do, I have a daily limit how much I'm trying to make for the day. And I try to make one load pay me that daily rate, or 2 short local move pay me that daily rate. I don't try to depend on 3 loads to make my daily rate. If I get 3 in, that's a bonus. But for the most part, it's 1 or 2. Pay me my daily rate and I'm good. And sometimes it'll take you all day to make those 2 moves. Even 2 local moves going 30, 40 miles, it'll take you all day to do it. You start when the port open and you end when the port closed. The thing with the appointment system, the port could lock you out so you can't make an appointment. So they have their times when either the thing is too much trucks in the port, or sometimes they just don't want to do the work. So they close some of the appointment slots so you can't get them. For example, today, my first box I pulled out of the port was at 6 o'clock. Now, my first appointment was at 7. I tried to get a 6 o'clock appointment, but the appointment slot was full. So I got a 7 o'clock appointment. Ran that load went about 45 miles. It's a drop at the customer. I went out there, dropped that container, bobtailed back to another customer that I had a container there. I had to wait for that container to empty before I could turn it in. And once I turn it in, I was supposed to pick up this one and take it back to them. But once I got there about 9 o'clock. I tried to make an appointment to pick this one up because they were still working on that one that were unloaded. So I figured I'd come and pick this one up and then go back there with it. In the meantime, that should be done by the time I get back there. They had no appointment slot open until 2 o'clock. So from 9 to 2, I couldn't get an appointment. Keep trying it every hour, trying to get an appointment. Couldn't get any appointment. The only thing open was 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock because I have 2 boxes I'm trying to take out this evening. So I made an appointment for the 2 o'clock, made an appointment for the 4 o'clock. Those were the only slots available. So just like that, you kill your day because you sit down from 9 to 1:30 is the time you could come in the port. So you sit down from 9 to 1:30 and can't get in the port because they don't have an appointment slot open. And you can't come in without an appointment until 4 o'clock. So that's how the port controls it. When they get busy, they do that a lot. Or when they don't, whoever in charge of the appointment system, it's at their discretion. I don't know what they use or what they look on, what they consider to determine when they want to close some of the appointment slots or when you could come in for a certain type of container. But that's how the port works. For the most part, like I say, if you're going to run the port, you want to start early, get your first appointment if you're going to start in the port. If you have 2 moves for the day, you want to start early and try to book those appointments from the day before if possible. Try to make 1 load pay your rate for the day if possible. 2 the max. When it's like this where it's backed up, it's going to be a struggle to get in and out more than 2 times. The chassis yard going to hold you up. If you got to turn in and empty and you go somewhere else, then you got to come over here to the port to get an empty or get a load. Now you have more than 1 location that's going to hold you up. And most of them going to have a line, so you're going to have to wait. It's Wednesday. This is the line waiting for the port to open. As you can see, it's a lot of trucks here. Just sitting here waiting for the port to open so we can start going in. I like the color scheme on this Peterbilt. That truck nice.